Gibran has gone out of class. नहीं, आई एम गोइंग ऐसा बोला ना तुमने? हम्म। अच्छा। अच्छा अच्छा। Okay. The next property we are going to study is about nuclear spin. Let me take. Till what time your lectures are continued?
8 o'clock, ma'am.
From 8 o'clock to?
Yes, 12 o'clock. And
12.
practical रहेगा तो 12:30, 2:30.
Yeah, after 12 it starts. No? तो बीच में ब्रेक मिल जाता है लंच के लिए?
Yes, sir, ma'am. 10 minutes का break मिलता है मैम. 10 minutes का. 50 minutes lecture रहता है only.
नहीं, वो तो है, बट वो 10 मिनट्स में खाना होता नहीं ना, बट वो आप तो वैसे भी लेके बैठते होंगे.
हाँ मैम.
वीडियो तो ऑन नहीं है. वीडियो ऑन नहीं है. ठीक है. जब कॉलेज शुरू हो जाएगा तो तब नहीं चलेगा ऐसे.
मैम तब टायर रेसेस भी रहेगी ना?
हाँ, प्रायर रेसिस रहेगी, तब आप खा सकते हैं. ठीक है. We will turn to next property of nucleus, that is nuclear spin and magnetic moment. So like the electron, these nucleons like protons and neutrons, they are also spin half particles. That means it has spin up and spin down like this. So at this moment you just remember that it has a spin half. Okay, and there is one due to that they have some angular momenta. One is due to its spin motion, that means it will move, proton will move around its axis like our earth, right? So that will have its spin motion and one orbital motion also. So orbital motion means it will move around another nucleon, another proton or neutron. So due to that orbiting motion, that proton will also have some orbital motion. So spin plus orbital moment will make the total moment, and that total angular moment is given by J. J is the addition of spin plus orbital. Okay. So in addition to spin angular momentum, a nucleon may have orbital angular momentum L, that is given by L. So S plus L, which is a vector quantity, is given by J. In first year, you don't have to remember more. Only remember that there are two kinds of motion, spin motion and orbital motion. Due to that motion, they have angular momentum, which is given by, angular momentum is given by, what is the formula? If any object is moving, it has velocity and mass into velocity will give you momentum. Okay. So due to the spinning and orbiting motion, they have angular momentum. So this angular momentum is given by these words, letters S and L. Okay. So these are the formula. We don't have any derivation, how it comes and all. Just remember that we will have to study about spin. Spin, they have spin because of their motion. One motion is spin, other is orbit. Okay. So to total angular momentum of the nucleus is the vector sum of individual spin and orbital angular momentum. and they have some formula under root of small j, j plus 1 h cross. Due to this magnetic moments, they will have some angular momentum. And their z component, there are different components x, y, and z because of Cartesian coordinate system, x axis, y axis, and z axis. So along z axis, which is their axis of spinning, suppose this is the direction. Okay, so this will be the z component, jz equals to mj h cross, where mj can take values from minus j to plus j. Because of these different values, they will have different components. Okay. So the total angular momentum, nuclear angular momentum of quantum number j, different quantum numbers are there because of different energy levels. तो ज्यादा डिटेल में जाने की नहीं जरूरत है, जस्ट ब्रीफली वी विल सी. अभी बहुत ज्यादा डिटेल में जाएंगे तो वो समझेगा भी नहीं, बिकॉज ऑफ एट द फर्स्ट ईयर लेवल नो डिटेल डिस्क्रिप्शन इज गिवन. SY में आएगा आपको and then TY में if you take physics. So quantum numbers are there, different quantum numbers. So of which J is the this total angular moment quantum number. It is also called as nuclear spin. That's why this word comes, nuclear spin. And why this phenomena is taken here in FY syllabus? Because you have nuclear structure in primary level at this level only. So the properties of nucleus, one of the property and important property of NMR, important phenomena of NMR is based on nuclear spin. That's why we have to study little bit nuclear magnetic resonance phenomena. Okay, so even though it's general, it refers to the combination of orbital and spin angular momentum. So the summary of this topic is that you have to remember there are two types of motion of the nucleons, spin and orbital. Because of their these two motions, they will have total angular momentum, the z component of which is given by mj into h cross, where mj is the in mj takes values from minus j to plus j. Okay, तो ये ज्यादा डिटेल में नहीं जाएंगे हम. We will come to NMR, that is next topic, NMR, nuclear magnetic resonance. So you can see that the nuclear magnet, it is called as nucleus as a magnet. Nuclear magnet is oriented exactly parallel or anti-parallel with the applied magnetic field. So when any magnetic field is applied, external field, then this spin, these red balls, they are they denote nucleons, protons or neutrons. So they are randomly oriented. If you see the arrow direction, these arrows are randomly spaced here. One is showing this direction, the other is showing another direction. This is third different direction and so on. So they are randomly organized. So when any applied field is provided there, they will see now the direction. The direction of every nucleon is along this magnetic field direction. This is the applied magnetic field direction, upward direction. So all they will arrange themselves either parallel or anti-parallel in downward direction. Some are in downward direction, some are in upward direction, but the direction is same. That means a line of action is same, vertical. Okay, so but because the nucleus is spinning, its rotational axis draws out circle. This is circle, circular motion to the applied field. This motion of nucleus is called as precession. You can see this is the circle. So it is just like a top. You have seen top, bhora. If you play the top and keep it on your palm or flat surface pe, so that will rotate. the top is like this, and the pointed, that is nail on this top, that is pointed downward direction. And if you keep it after giving it torque, that means rotational motion, with the help of वो स्ट्रिंग वगैरह लगाते हैं ना, यहाँ स्ट्रिंग से उसको रोटेट करते हैं, रस्सी, हाँ स्ट्रिंग लगाते हैं, एंड इट वी एक्चुअली गिव इट टॉर्क देते हैं, कुछ फोर्स लगाते हैं तो रोटेशनल मोशन देते हैं उसे, इट विल मूव इन सर्कुलर डायरेक्शन, इन सर्कुलर फैशन, राइट, रोटेट होता है वो. एंड इफ यू सी इट्स मोशन, suppose this is the axis of this top, it will precess, right. ये एक्सिस बदलता रहता है, थोड़ा सा टेढ़ा जाएगा, थोड़ा टेढ़ा जाएगा, ऐसा. अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट this will rotate its direction like this. Okay, so this motion is called as precession. so देखो ऐसा सर्कुलर ऐसा प्रिसेस होता रहता है, ये जो एरो दिखा रहा है ऐसा, right. so this motion around एक one common axis, अगर एक original axis लेंगे तो along its nail, this will be the original axis, around it it's precess, right. so this motion is called as precession. so the same like that motion of top, all these nucleons, they will precess, okay, some along some common axis. So that will be along this applied magnetic field. All this happens due to the application of magnetic field. In absence of any field, they will be in any random direction, spinning, rotating around it itself, and other orbiting around other nucleons, जो कि protons और neutrons, दूसरे particle के around भी वो rotate होते हैं. So due to that, it has spin and angular. So थोड़ा complicated है. At a time सारा चलता रहता है in any nucleus. So using that, this NMR, that is nuclear magnetic resonance phenomena, has been used, you can say, because it is there. If we apply any magnetic field, they will align themselves around themselves in the direction of magnetic field. So when a charged particle such as proton, it spins on its axis, it creates a magnetic field. Any spinning charge will create a magnetic field. Thus, the nucleus can be considered as a tiny bar magnet. So consider there are so many protons and neutrons in that. So they are tiny. They are considered to be tiny bar magnets because every nucleon is rotating, spinning. Normally, these tiny bar magnets are randomly oriented, but in the presence of magnetic field, they will orient themselves with or against that field. So parallel or anti-parallel with that applied field. So in a magnetic field, there are now two energy states for a proton. So due to that, energy states are created. One is lower energy state and other is higher energy state. Abhi lower energy state mein, if you see this is the applied magnetic field direction. This is low energy state, which is parallel. That means along the direction of magnetic field. And other direction is
Recording in progress.
the other direction is anti-parallel to this magnetic field direction. Okay, so this will be higher energy state. So as soon as some field is applied, external field is applied, these protons, they will align themselves or against the direction. That means exactly anti-parallel to the applied field direction. So this energy will be higher energy, this will be lower energy. Okay, and a higher energy state in which the nucleus are aligned against magnetic field. Thus, two variables characterize NMR. and applied magnetic field B0, the strength of which is measured in Tesla. So the applied magnetic field unit is Tesla, and the frequency nu of radiation used for resonance measured in Hertz. So there is one frequency by which it resonates. That means it will change its spin from parallel to anti-parallel, or from anti-parallel to parallel. So this applied, this energy difference is delta E between higher and lower energy state. And you know that according to Einstein's equation, E equal to h nu. When any there is any energy difference between energy states, it will radiate some frequency. So that frequency is given by nu, and this energy difference is the product of Planck's constant and the frequency. So h into nu, E equal to h nu. Okay, so absorbing RF radiation, that is radio frequency radiations, it causes the nucleus to spin flip. So if there is any radio frequency waves also simultaneously with the help, in addition to this applied magnetic field, so that frequency, radio frequency h nu, will be equal to the difference between these two energy states, which is caused due to this applied magnetic field. So using that theory, in medical field, this magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, so it is a familiar word. Many a patient has to undergo this MRI scan, so that the anomaly in the internal body or organs of human body, that can be find out with the help of this MRI technique. This is that machine in which a large round circular magnet is there, permanent magnet, and this magnet will generate magnetic field. And there are RF coils, radio frequency coils, that frequency will resonate, right? And this hydrogen nuclei in our body, because you know that human body consists of almost 72% of water, right? And water molecule consists of hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen means protons only, there are no neutrons, right? So this, if a hydrogen nuclei is placed in this strong magnetic field which is generated by this round circular round magnet, it is pushed by radio waves also of the correct frequency, it will start resonate. The resonating hydrogen nuclei will emit radio waves at its resonates, and which can be detected by, there are different detectors here which detects these radio waves, and they are used to build an image. So there is some computer connected control circuit is there, and that is that converts these radio waves recorded by these detectors, and they are converted into image. So the inside body organ image like this is brain and all. So different colors you can get. Colored images are also there, and black and white images we can also get. This is the inside structure of that MRI machine. There are RF coils, main coil, outer one. I hope the diagram is clearly visible. So the outer one is main coil, which supplies uniform magnetic field B. There are X coil, Y coil, and Z coil. That means in all three directions the coils are placed. These coils, these are called as secondary coils. One is major coil, main coil, outer coil, which supplies uniform. Then there is secondary coil, which is X coil, Y coil, and Z coil. It varies the magnetic field from left to right. So directions are given. Okay, so due to X coils, if you see this arrow, these are X coils, left and right of the patient. These are. Okay, these are X coils. They are placed towards left and right of the patient. So it varies magnetic field from left to right. Now Z coil. Z coil varies magnetic field from head to toe. So this one, this is Z coil, this one. So the function of this Z coil is to vary the magnetic field from top to bottom of the patient, head to toe. Then Y coil is there, which is placed which varies magnetic field from top to bottom of the patient. Means up, because it is a lying, patient is in lying position. So from the upper portion of the body towards lower portion. So these are Y coils, up and down. Okay. And from head to toe, Z coils, and left and right movement is X coil. So all these will vary the magnetic field, due to which it is possible to get images from any side of the, any part of the body. Okay, whether it is brain, whether it is hand, whether it is legs, ankle, toes, okay, then stomach, chest, any part of the body, the images can be taken. Okay, so this one is the center part. It is a receiver and transmitter both, transceiver combined, transmitter and receiver combinedly called as transceiver. So transceiver sends and receives signals that create images. So this is connected to then control circuit and then computer. On the computer screen, the image can be seen, and then it is recorded on some kind of that black color sheet, and like X-ray, like X-ray image, and you will get MRI images. Nowadays it is very common technique to find out what anomaly, what defect is there in any organ of our inside body part, right? So this is shown by another image, a random spin of hydrogen protons. They are randomly oriented. Applied magnetic field will make them to orient them to across the application of field. So in the presence of a strong magnetic field, the spins become aligned with a component parallel to B. When we applied a brief radio signal, a splash of this radio signal, it causes the spins to flip orientation. So this was the direction first, then it will be anti-parallel, right? So this is called as spinning of the proton. So when the proton will spin their direction, they will go to high level, high energy level. Anti-parallel means high energy level, parallel means low energy level. Whenever protons change their spin direction, they will go to higher energies level. And when they come to original position, high to low, they will emit light. That means that H nu frequency. Will have
Recording in
different value at
progress.
different locations in that tissue. The radio waves from different locations have different frequencies also, and this makes it possible to construct an image. Okay, so the emitted frequencies will be different because tissue will have different locations in the body. Okay, and then it is converted into image by computerized software and all. That is not the part of study. Okay, so in a brief, the working is like that. Proton flips, it changes its direction, goes to higher level. When it comes back to its original position, it will emit some radio waves. Those radio waves will be detected by the detector, and the image is constructed from using those different frequencies. Okay, this was about the nuclear spin property. Now we have to study about binding energy. Before that, we must know what is mass defect or mass deficit. So whenever there is a nucleus which is bounded together with the help of strong nuclear force, we need some kind of energy to break apart it into constituent nucleons. So these are separated nucleons. So if you take the mass of this nucleus by using that formula, we have seen nuclear mass formula. Some energy is provided it to break apart, and then if we are able to separate, it is not so easy. Okay, diagrammatically we can show, but not so easy process. So this process is called as nuclear fission, right? To separate nucleons from its nucleus, parent nucleus. So if we are able to separate them and take their masses, calculate their masses, then it is found that there is difference between this nucleus collectively, the mass, and the separated mass, addition of all masses of all these nucleons. So there is a difference. That difference is called as mass deficit. And this binding energy is equal to mass deficit into c square. That is delta M, difference between these two masses, into c square.
Ma'am,
Right? Yes?
can you please explain again mass defect?
Mass defect.
Yes.
See, so these nucleuses bind together, right? All the protons and neutrons, they are bind together with the help of very strong nuclear force. So if by any mean, external mean, we are able to separate all these nucleons in individual protons and neutrons, and if we collectively calculate their mass, addition of all the masses of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nucleons, and if the mass, this mass is capital M, suppose, and this collective mass is small m. So the difference between these two, M minus M.
Recording stopped.
One minute. If we take the difference, which is M minus M, this is called as mass deficit, delta M. There is small difference, very small difference is there. That is because of we know that according to Einstein's relation, what is Einstein's relation? E equal to mc square, right? So mass and energy, what is the analysis of this equation? Energy and mass, they are interconvertible, E equal to mc square, right? Mass and energy interconvertible. So sum of the mass, yes, is disappeared, and that disappeared mass is called as mass deficit, and that is converted into energy. If we take the reverse process, like all the nucleons, they are collected together separately, individual nucleons, and by any means, if you bind them together, so what will happen? Some of the mass will get converted into this energy. Okay, so in opposite process, binding energy is emitted, and in this process, binding energy is in fission process, we need binding energy to separate it, and in fusion process, yes, binding energy is emitted if we collectively, if we collect them and bind them together as a nucleus. That process is called as fusion. Fusion and fission, they are exactly opposite processes. So in both the energy, in both the processes, the energy is the important factor. Either it will be required to separate them, or it will be required to bind them together. Okay, so that mass deficit comes there, which is difference between these two masses. If we collectively take them and then separated them and then measure their masses and then add them, so that difference between these two masses is called a mass deficit or mass defect. So nuclear energy, if you see, very important factor. Nowadays, the coal supply is scarce. That's why in China, if you read newspaper, the conventional energy which we are generating, electricity which we are generating from coal, right? Because of the scarcity or the many countries, the coal mines, their coal reservoir is what we can say is ending, is towards the end, right? There is no coal available inside the earth's crust. जो कोल माइंस वगैरह होते हैं वहां से निकालते हैं ना, एक्सकैवेट करते हैं. These reservoirs are limited, right? And the demand of electricity is going on increasing because of the increased population, and that's why this China में बहुत सारे जो industries है, they are closed because of the unavailability of electricity. In India also the same problem was going on, which में आया था. So one day, sooner or later, these coal mines, they will be shut because of unavailability of coal in the earth's crust, right? तब alternate energy of sources हमें क्या होने चाहिए, मिलने चाहिए. So this is one of the nuclear energy is one of the best source, but it has its advantages and disadvantages also, because to install a plant, nuclear energy plant is not so easy. It requires lots of capital. तो सरकार का ही रहता है, प्राइवेट में तो अभी तक नहीं हुआ है, बट सरकार का भी लिमिटेशन आता है कितना पैसा किसमें जाना चाहिए, एनर्जी सेक्टर में कितना. Okay, that is different topic. So let us turn here. So nuclear energy is one of the alternate source of energy which can be used in future, okay, to generate electricity. जो पेट्रोल डीजल भी आप देखेंगे अभी वो भी कम होता जा रहा है. So sooner or later it will all, अभी electric car and all they are coming, electric vehicles. So e-vehicles, they are replacing our conventional vehicles which are running on petrol and diesel fuel, right? So sooner or later we will face the problem, and all over the world the research is going on in this field to get the better energy sources. Solar energy is also one of the good source which is available in plenty. Just we have to convert that energy into our usable form. Solar energy into our usable form. So this is one of the example. The binding energy of helium nucleus. The atomic mass of helium, if you take helium atom, is 4.0026 AMU, and the atomic mass of hydrogen is 1.0078 AMU. So using atomic mass unit, instead of kilograms, obtain the binding energy of the helium nucleus. So if you see, there are 4 nucleons inside the helium nucleus. 4 nucleons, out of which 2 are what? Protons. Plus sign वाले हैं वो protons है. Other 2 are neutrons. Okay. So collectively, what is this mass? 4.0026 AMU. If you provide sufficient energy, binding energy, this we have to calculate how much it required to separate this into 2 protons and 2 neutrons, right? So what is given data? We are given the collective mass 4.0033. No, what we are given is 4.0026 AMU. That is mass of helium atom. So this is our capital M. What is small m? Small m is the collective mass of all these. How many protons are there? There are 2 protons and 2 neutrons. So collectively, we are taking the same as hydrogen mass. So 1.0078 into 4. 4 are there. Protons and hydrogen, uska ek hi pakadenge, right? Because hydrogen has only 1 proton. So we are multiplying whatever given data is there. Multiply by 4, we will get 4.0030. 4.0330. ये करके देखो उतना ही आता है क्या? ये तो अलग लग रहा है. How much you are getting? 4 point. ऐसा आ रहा है क्या कुछ? इतना आ रहा है क्या?
Yes, madam.
4.0302 आया.
3-1 है.
अच्छा 312 आएगा, राइट? 4.0312 ऐसा आया.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, बट यहाँ क्यों ऐसे लिखा है? डोंट नो. इट शुड बी 0312, राइट? माइनस इतना करो, माइनस 4.0026. ये करो, ये कितना आता है बताओ?
0.0004.
00 आया. How much you got? 03 आना चाहिए ना. 0.03 कितना?
304.
0.0304, राइट?
Yes.
हाँ, मतलब ये बराबर है ना 0.00304. ये गलत हो गया. ओके, अभी मल्टीप्लाई बाय c स्क्वायर. c स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू इन मेगा इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट 931.5. इसको करो, इतना आता है क्या? देखो 28.3. 1 AMU equal to this one, 931.5.
28.31.
हाँ 28.316 क्या?
7.
7. So mega electron, right? So this much energy which is very high, mega electron volt में है, है ना. So if we break a very small nucleus of one nucleus of helium, you will get this much amount of energy. If you are able to break it apart, it is very difficult process, not so easy. So if we break multiple nucleus, this energy will be increased, right? So much energy can be generated with the help of this breaking apart of nucleus. So this energy is called as binding energy. So this binding energy is very important factor in case of nuclear field. Okay. So both energies are called as binding energy if you break apart the nucleus, or if you combine this nucleus into combine all these nucleons into a single nucleus. That is also called as binding energy in both way, fusion or fission. Okay. Breaking apart is called as fission and combining is called as fusion. So based on this formula, we may have to solve some problems. So this is the exact formula of the binding energy. Binding energy of any nuclide is given by ZMP plus NMN minus M into 931.5 mega electron volt, or in case of if we take this mass of hydrogen atom as a standard, so binding energy is given by ZMH plus NMN minus capital M, this M, which is given by mass of neutral atom containing that nucleus. For example, if you take deuterium, I will explain with the help of example. Take example of deuterium, which is isotope of hydrogen, which is having one neutron and one proton. So together A will be 2. One neutron plus one proton, and a proton is 1. So Z equal to 1 and A equal to 2. Okay. So its binding energy is given by Z. Z is what? Z equal to 1 है, and N equal to कितना भी 1 ही है. Okay. N कैसे निकाला? A minus Z equal to number of neutrons. Now what is the formula? Z is 1. mH is the mass of hydrogen atom. So that is 1.007825. Multiply by 1 करेंगे तो उतना ही आएगा. Plus N. N is number of neutrons. So number of neutrons 1 है in this deuterium example, and mass of neutron. So neutron mass is 1.008665 in AMU. Okay. तो मल्टीप्लाई बाय 1 करेंगे तो सेम ही आएगा. तो दोनों का एडिशन माइनस मास ऑफ न्यूट्रल एटम. न्यूट्रल एटम इसका ड्यूटेरियम का हैज द मास 2.014102. दैट इज स्टैंडर्ड वैल्यू है, दैट विल बी गिवन टू यू. Subtract by adding this and then subtract 2.014102. कितना आ रहा है देखो, और मल्टीप्लाई बाय C square value is 931.5 mega electron volt per AMU. So we have to multiply by this value, which converts this AMU into energy. That we have already seen how this comes. ये इतना आ रहा है क्या देखो, is it proper? 2.224. Care, you have to take care in such problems that there are so many digits after decimal point, 1 2 3 4 5 6 digits, right? So while taking you have to take all this in your calculator, all digits, don't leave anything. पहले सब एडिशन सब्ट्रैक्शन कर लो, मल्टीप्लाई बाय 931.5 करो. अदरवाइज फिर से प्रॉपर ब्रैकेट नहीं यूज किया, देन योर आंसर विल बी रॉन्ग. Anybody got?
Yes,
Same
ma'am,
answer.
same, ma'am.
Same है? Okay. 2.224 mega electron volt. That is the energy for very light nucleus which is deuterium. है ना? जितना ज्यादा आप heavy nuclei लेंगे उतने ज्यादा number of neutrons and protons they will be increased and this binding energy will be increased. Right? The answer you will get a greater number. So that much amount of energy will be emitted if this nucleus will be broken apart into its constituent particles. एक प्रोटॉन और एक न्यूट्रॉन को सेपरेट करने के लिए this much amount of energy is needed. Okay? So this is called as mass deficit. ये दोनों का डिफरेंस मल्टीप्लाई बाय 931.5 करेंगे तो that will give you binding energy. So very important equation and very important concept in case of nuclear physics. What is the time? It's 48. Let us solve this example and then we will stop. Find binding energy. Binding energy per nucleon. Not able to see. And packing fraction is different quantity that we are not going to calculate. Binding energy पहले करते हैं. What is given? Mass of helium nucleus is given. That means capital M is given. Mass of neutron, mass of proton, and 1 AMU conversion is given. Now helium, what is the formula? 4, 2, right? Where Z equal to 2, N that is A minus Z that is also equal to 2. 4 minus 2 will be 2. Now write the formula. So binding energy equal to Z MP or MH. Now here MP is given, mass of proton, you use that value. Whatever is given in your formula, you use that. अगर MH दिया हाइड्रोजन मास तो वो यूज करना है. ठीक है, इतना याद रखो. Don't get confused because in some books protons की वैल्यू दी रहती है मास का, in some it is हाइड्रोजन का. फॉर्मूला इज सेम, खाली यहाँ P की जगह H लिखना है अगर हाइड्रोजन का दिया है तो. ZMP plus NMN minus M which is our mass of helium nucleus into 931.5 mega electron volt per AMU. Substitute Z कितना है 2, MP कितना है 1.001265. This is in one bracket, then plus N is also 2 multiply by न्यूट्रॉन का कितना है 1.008666 माइनस M कितना है 4. Again it is very simple problem but because of the number large number, big number, and these squares these brackets, you have to put proper bracket here, otherwise answer may come wrong. So एक एक bracket solve करो then add करो. So 2 into 1.099 कहाँ से आया 0.007277 चाहिए ना, क्या लिख दिया, ये वाला रॉन्ग लिखा है. इट शुड बी 2 into MP कितना दिया है 1.727. हाँ ये है वैल्यू. नोबडी पॉइंटेड आउट, रॉन्ग लिखा है, मैंने यहाँ से लिखा शायद. ओके, करेक्ट इट एंड देन सॉल्व इट. देखो आंसर कितना आ रहा है मुझे बता दो फटाक से, टाइम हो रहा है.
टीचर आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
किसकी? मेरी तो आवाज बराबर आ रही है। आपका
आवाज
ब्रो
नहीं आ रही।
हेलो, मेरी आवाज नहीं आ रही है? हाँ, उसका ही प्रॉब्लम है। हाँ, ब्रेक हो रहा है। हम्म। आंसर आया किसी को?
आवाज नहीं आ रही।
मेरी आवाज ठीक है बेटा? आपको नहीं सुनाई दे रहा है? माइक का प्रॉब्लम, आपका स्पीकर का कुछ
टीचर आवाज
प्रॉब्लम?
नहीं आ रही।
हाँ, ठीक है, इसको आप सॉल्व करो। नेक्स्ट टाइम हम देखेंगे टैली करके सबका किसका आंसर सही आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है। ओके।
Yes.
28.52 किसका आया? नहीं, ये लास्ट वाला था। ठीक है, आई विल स्टॉप शेयर। ये इसको सॉल्व करके आप रख दो, नेक्स्ट टाइम देखेंगे।
Yes.
आई विल एंड द मीटिंग, यू ज्वाइन अगेन अगर इसी में आपका